This is the part 1 of simple external interrupt. This is the example code where pin 5 is the onboard LED and pin 13 is the onboard button. The LED is being configured as output and with a push-pull settings as well. The LED toggle function in order to toggle the LED on or off. This is the external interrupt initialization function where we first configure the GPIO input, the onboard button as GPIO input, and then we configure that button with respect to an external interrupt by enabling the external interrupt IRQ, setting its priorities. Then we further go down and see where we do a system configuration clock. We enable the system configuration clock. We do all the system configurations as shown. So when we go further down, as we can see, the interrupt mask register, we mask the which register is to be used, and if we select if it's a falling edge or a rising edge. Then we move on to an interrupt handler. Once the initialization is done, if the interrupt is triggered, it will jump into an interrupt handler. Here it goes into this, it checks with the if loop if that particular interrupt is triggered or if it's any other interrupt within the pins 15 and 10. Then it goes into a for loop where it runs 10 times, where it turns on and off an LEDs 5 times per each. The for loop, the J for loop delay, for loop is basically a simple delay. Once the delay is complete, it toggles the LED. Once the entire interrupt pin is being utilized, we clear the interrupt pin to say that that whatever interrupt we had is being cleared out. The function has been executed and it's been cleared out. Then we move on into the main while loop where it all starts. The while loop is make sure the code runs continuously, and then whenever the interrupt is triggered, it will jump in. And then trigger the LED. This is the practical demonstration where the LD2 is the LED that we will be blinking, and the user B1 is the button that we'll be using. The LED is off currently because the main function has nothing going on. When we press this LED, the LED starts blinking. This is the multiple interrupt sharing same IRQs. I have taken 3 LEDs, one onboard LED and 2 offboard LEDs. The onboard LED's purpose is for debugging to see if the buttons have been triggered or not, in case the LED wiring is mistaken or the LED has not been programmed properly. All 3 LEDs have been configured here. The LED blue and red LED have the respective toggle functions. In the external interrupt initialization, the 8 and 9 pins are used. Each of the pins have been pulled down as well. Since they belong between the IRQs 9 and 5, I've used a single IRQ, enable and set priority function. This is how the setting goes on, and they have been set for falling trigger, say similar to how it has been coded in the example code. They have the separate if statements as well, and the onboard LED constantly blinks at a relatively faster rate for debugging purposes. If the button is triggered, the blinking is paused, and then the interrupt function will go on, and same goes the other way around as well. This is the practical demonstration. As we can see, the onboard LED is blinking. When we press this LED, this button, a red LED is blinking. It will blink 10 times. The onboard LED resumes its functions. When the another button is pressed, the different LED starts blinking. This is the part 3, multiple interrupts with different IRQs. I'm using the pin 12 instead of 8. The two different IRQs, one is from 9 to 5 IRQ, second is from 15 to 10. The setup is as per the respective pins. The IRQ, the ninth pin is in external, is in second, and 12th is in third. For the red LED, the ninth pin is being used, and its IRQ and its function is written here. And for the 12th, it is separate, where the IRQ from 15 to 10 handler has been written over here. And the purpose of onboard LED is same as for debugging purposes. This is the practical demonstration. When we push this button, the red LED toggles 10 times. And when the second button is pressed, the blue LED toggles. Part 4, multiple interrupts. I have two buttons, two LEDs. Each of the buttons are connected to the same IRQs. Here I have taken a red and a blue counter, which will get triggered when the buttons are pressed. Once it goes into the main code, it will decide if the red button is pressed even once, then it will turn on the red LED and turn off the blue, and vice versa for the blue. And if both buttons are pressed together, considering the both red and blue are more than one, then both the LEDs will turn on. But the count will get reset once this function is complete. This is the live demonstration.